Okay, so it's starting again. Does that mean we'll pick?
I'll tell them when you have to start the whole thing over again.
Okay.
On the wide shot right now. Looks stable.
All right.
For people to come online.
Okay.
You have one viewer. All right, here they go. Here they come.
Okay.
Now, waiting for. I keep getting this error. We'll see if it continues.
Showing live for me.
Yeah. So you're up to 34. Go ahead and have Brian restart.
Okay.
Whatever the video is.
Ryan?
You were in the house, Lindsay. I saw you in this very room. I grabbed your ankle while I was lying on the floor.
I don't know what you're talking
I
about!
wasn't as out of it as you think I was.
Nora, let it go!
It was you. It was you. It was you in the house, in the hospital, always checking up on your handiwork. How far did you go to arrange this? How far did you go? What did you do? Did you arrange to have the train derailed? Did you arrange to have it explode? What did you do? Throw in a stick of dynamite for good measure?
You've lost your mind.
No.
You need to be committed.
I haven't lost squat. I kept thinking about what kind of a person could be downstairs and not care about a woman upstairs screaming her head off for help. What kind of a monster could do this to another human being? Keep her away from all the people that she loves, keeping her away from her children. I should have known from the start it was you.
You're crazy.
Oh.
Okay, hold
I
on.
live for the day. I live
They're
for
seeing
the
it.
day
I'm
that
seeing
you're
it.
locked up. I live for the day that you have to go to prison and you have to
Okay,
feel
yeah.
what I felt when your
Everything
children
okay?
are kept away from you.
Liz?
You think I've made your life miserable before? You ain't seen nothing
Don't you
yet.
threaten me.
When I get out of here.
If you get out of
I'm
here.
getting out of here because the police are on their way. I'm getting out of
The
here.
police aren't on their way, Nora. The police aren't on their way. If they were, they'd be here by now.
See, it's over. You've lost everything. You've lost everything. You've lost Bo. You've lost Sam. You've lost your children. Because I'm going to see to it that you spend the next 20 years of your rotten, miserable life rotting in prison.
How are you gonna do that?
Okay.
You can't get out of that bed.
Todd said go full screen if
Oh,
you can.
no?
I know.
Think again. What is that?
It's my way out of this.
For death by lethal injection, you're gonna kill me? After keeping me alive all these months, now you're gonna kill me?
I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not the horrible person everybody thinks I am.
Oh, poor misunderstood Lindsay.
I thought I finally caught a break when you were laid up in that bed. But no, every time I turned around, you were there. You were my conscience, and you were always there telling me to do the right thing. I can't wait to get you out of my life.
And what makes you think I'm going to be out of your life?
Oh, it's just a certain feeling that I've got.
Threatening me with a syringe full of God knows what. I'm always going to be there, Lindsay. No matter where you are, no matter how happy you are. Even if you get back with Bo, I'll be right by your side. Always reminding you of what you did to me. I will never let you forget what you did to me.
Well, I'll take that chance. Because you won't remember. You won't remember anything after I give you this shot. And you will finally be out of my life.
Please don't do this. Please don't do this.
I have to.
No.
It's the only way I'm gonna get you out of my life.
Look, I know that you think that I'm to blame for everything that you've lost, like Bo and your baby, but it isn't. And that everything's my fault.
It is your fault.
I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I realized that there were things I could do over again in my life. I would do them so differently.
Like what?
Are you ready? Are you ready? I stuck my nose in where it didn't belong, and I won't. I interfered. I interfered in your life.
Interfered? You ruined it!
I never interfere in your life again, I swear. I promise. I would never, ever interfere in your life again. I'll stay away. And you ruined my life. You did. You ruined my life. And Bo, he's all yours now. And we're even. We're even. We're even.
We're even? How do you figure that? We're not gonna be even until I do something away from you.
I don't have anything left in my life. What more can you take away from me? I won't tell anyone I know you're involved in this. I won't. I'll protect you. I'll tell everyone that you saved
I haven't heard back.
me. I swear.
Are you full screen yet?
I swear on the lives of my children. Colin, help me! Colin!
He's
You lying witch!
No. Colin!
okay.
The little bitch.
That little witch. Is that what you said about me? You just called me a little.
He is the witch with a capital B, I think.
Oh, you have a good memory. You have a really good memory. All right, first of all,
I have to tell you, I'm watching that going, I don't really remember that. And then I went, oh, yeah, I do, because it was like 2 a.m. and I was blowing spit bubbles shortly thereafter.
yeah, because you would fall asleep on the set, and she would make spit bubbles in her sleep, and I would pop them, and it would wake her up. And you know what I remembered so much about that scene, which was really kind of hard to watch, because it was just, I remember, first of all, I had a cold, so I was sick when we shot that scene. Can you hear it in my voice? The second thing is that you were so funny. We laughed our way through this whole thing because when you said, I said, you can't walk. And you said, really? Watch me. Now you know what I'm going to say. And you get out of the bed and you remember the kind of walk that you practiced.
I did my little hip check thing with the hip going this way and that way.
You did.
Because I had a broken pelvis, didn't I?
Yes, you had a broken pelvis from the train accident. Of course, all this is it's just like real life, right? So we laugh over this because, we used to think, and now look at life. It's so much more dramatic and ridiculous than this, right? I mean, we're like, who would this ever happen to in real life? Now look at the
Ever
world.
write a global pandemic about this?
I don't know, but it's great to see you. You look so great. You look beautiful.
Oh, as do you, sweetheart, as to you.
I know you're on the East
well,
Coast.
I am. I'm on the East Coast.
Yep.
And you know this is like almost spit bubble time for me.
I know. You usually go to bed at 8, and when I asked her to do this show, I said it doesn't start till 9. I know that's past your bedtime, but so she agreed to do it, and I'm so thrilled because you have a lot of fans here with you have a lot of fans here in our room, and that loved One Life to Live and loved you on it, and of course I've loved you forever. You know that. I watched you when you were on The Doctors, and I was on a show called Texas at the time. That was 1979, 1980. And I just thought you were the greatest actress. I just thought you were the greatest. I never imagined that I'd get to be your partner in crime, literally, one day.
Oh my God, and have food fights over Thanksgiving.
Yep.
And my favorite moment is what we did for the Christmas reel when I had you on the ground and said, "Who's your mama?"
And it wasn't "Who's your daddy?"
You are.
You are. Oh, that's right. You are. I would say you are. So I'm just going to look. I'm going to Facebook right now while we're here because I know that people are going to want to say things to you. And, Oh, that's so sweet. Okay, we have a lot of people here tonight, which is really good. Hello, Cheryl Canning and Sharon Amarosa, J.D. Montgomery, Barbara Hammond, Seth Robichaud, Peggy Delgadillo, Ali Amendola. We have a lot. Barb Kevern, Diane Vogt. Oh yes, we are doing this now. Are we? Pat, I see people talking, but can they see us? Is everything okay? Can you all see us okay? Because our cat, not our cat. Oh, good. So people are seeing you. That's good. All right. So, like I said, oh, look. Thanks. He turned on a light, and now I can see. This is awesome. All right. So, well, we fly. This is fly by the seat of your pants. This show, but we have a lot going on here, as you can see, Hillary. I mean, like we have.
I'm so impressed. I got the wide view of the studio. And
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you. This
Beautiful.
We have a blast in here with all kinds of things, but I teach a class here called Get Your Fire Back, which we're having, and lots of the people that are actually in the room are going to be here on January 28th, 29th, and 30th. So this is the first one I've had in a couple of years, needless to say. And, I'm so excited because this space is an incredible place to learn, to perform. We have one next to it that's even bigger that I would love for you and Nip, or I'd love for you to come see. We've been.
It's funny you should say his name because, come here.
Oh, I get to see him?
You get to see him.
Oh, my
Come here.
God.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, you handsome.
Cat.
Hi, you handsome thing. Look, he looks like Don. Remember, in the Incredible Mr. Limpet when Don, what was his Don Knotts looks in the screen like this. He's just in the fish tank. That's what Nip just reminded me of. Nip's awesome. I am so happy just to see him. But if you guys came out here, you'd flip because what we have and created, and we constantly are, making things. And I would just love. I haven't seen you in 10 years. Oh, there he is. He's part of the plant now.
Yeah, he's part of the plant now.
That's right.
I was thinking, because how long have you and Todd been married?
Well, we've been together. We're going on 12 years, if you can believe that. Time has just.
That I can,
think-
but when I saw you just before you got married.
9 years
And
ago.
That's the last time I saw you.
Last time I saw you. 9 years. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Because we saw each other almost every single day.
And night. You spent the night at our house.
And night. And
yeah.
I spent the night in. Yeah.
At the night in. That's right. Okay,
At the
so
night in, and then we would share apartments and.
yeah, we did.
Wow.
We had good times. Let me tell you. So.
The most popular question is, what was the most epic Lindsay and Nora fight?
What was the most epic Lindsay and Nora fight? That's a question there.
Well, I don't know. You just saw one that I had kind of forgotten. I remember now being up against that fireplace. I think we were about 1 a.m. at that point. We'd done 30 scenes that day.
Yeah, it was insane. I do remember it being subhuman. Like the
30 scenes, and it was just, both of us just kind of going out of our minds at each other, which is kind of usually what happened when the two of us got together.
I think
I
that
finally got out of that flowered yellow room that I got.
I remember I said,
in.
I can't act in here with the flowers on the wall, and it's so distracting. I mean, but you know what? I think that was the most intense that we ever had. And we had a lot of intense scenes, but the thing that was really fun was.
Did a lot.
Huh? What was that?
I said we had a lot.
Oh,
We had the food fight.
Yeah, well, lots
We
of
had
those.
the trash compactor.
The trash compactor. Oh my gosh. When we ended up in the giant trash bin.
In the giant trash. I walked in on you, and I can't remember whether he was Troy or Colin at the time. Troy.
That's the beauty
Nobody needed to see anybody at that angle.
That's right. But the thing is that that's right. We used to joke about how when you're young, oh, never mind, this is a family show. I'm not going to go there.
It's a family show.
I know, but Well, it's sort of a family show. I'm always on Todd about his language, so I can't go there with that because that was our naughty nightclub act. Nikki Luongo, this was really funny. She said this is like this chick version of Misery. I think that that's a really good way of putting it. And I actually thought the same thing today when Ryan sent me these clips to watch. I was like, "Oh my gosh. Do you realize that those scenes were 2020 that was 2000, so it was 22 years ago? Is that possible? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is
It had to have been because it was the original Sam at that point, right?
Yes. Yes, yes. So people, I mean, when I saw the 2020, I thought, how can this be? Like for me, it doesn't seem possible that much time has gone by.
It just doesn't, I don't feel like that much time has gone by. My children were little, living at home at that point. I have a grandson now.
That means you're old. Me, I stayed the same.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
He was your boyfriend that didn't wait for you and now has gotten married and has a child.
I used to tell her son Phipps I gave him like $5 and told me to call me when he grows up, because by the time, remember it was a quarter to make a phone call back then, so I figured that would be good. He'd have enough money. But now we don't have those kind of phones anymore. A lot has changed. A lot. But people love
Amazing.
you so. People love you, and I just think that you are one of the finest actresses.
Honey. Well, I was
period.
a big Capitol fan, so I used to watch you on Capitol and all the things that you did. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was really fun. And then you came into the dressing room and it was like, are you ours? Do we get to keep you? You get to play here?
Yes.
And it went from there.
Yeah.
I do remember the day that I looked at you and went, you just got to trust me. Look at me and trust me, and we'll go there together.
Yep.
And you were like, okay, here we go. And we did.
And I remember you saying this to me as well. I'm really good at learning lines. I know my lines backwards and forwards. I probably know yours too. So do your best to keep up, or you're just going to get left behind. And I'm like, what a bitch.
Did I actually say that to you?
Basically, but you want to know something? I totally loved it, because when you are playing like tennis, you're never going to get better at something if you don't have a great partner to play off of, right? So, I felt like I hit the jackpot with you, because I admired your work so much, and that I would get to act with you every day, and how much better that would make me, because I had to rise to the occasion of your gifts.
Well,
and
back
that's
at you, baby.
how I felt, so so I was really excited. And the question I think I get asked the most by people out in the world is, are you still friends with Nora? People ask me that even today, all the time. Are you and Hillary, or you and Nora still friends? Like it's so funny. It's I just feel so lucky to have been in a story that lasted. We had more chemistry than you and I had with any of the actors on the show. So
Ain't that the truth?
yeah, I mean, we just really had good chemistry with each other, and I think that part of the joy of going to work when you work every day like that, and what a blessing that is. But just being able to be with somebody that you trust 100%, that you're going to have fun with, that no matter how hard the day was, you were going to be just fine. Because I had a good partner. So
I felt the same way.
Yeah, it was
Felt
great.
the exact same way. And the things that we did and how we laughed, and we just kind of went, okay. My favorite though was, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So I stopped getting posts, so I'm going to need to lean on you, Liz, for questions, because I'm not seeing the messages.
Favorite memory from As the World Turns for Hillary?
Your favorite memory on As the World Turns.
Oh, I had a lot of them on As the World Turns. Oh, I can't even begin to put it down to one. I mean, I worked with some incredible people on As the World Turns, and I loved Justin Dees, he could put more into one word. Benjamin Hendrickson.
Oh, yeah. I saw him play the Elephant Man on Broadway, and I thought he was incredible.
He was a beautiful, beautiful actor and a beautiful, beautiful person. And, he just was lovely. I remember having morning sickness at the studio, and he would hold my hair back as I was having morning sickness, going, I don't understand why anyone does this.
And you did it twice.
And I did it twice, and he was there both times. He was lovely. He was just a lovely, lovely person. And Scotty Holmes, but Greg Marks. Love my Greg Marks.
So do you think Greg Marks? Where is Greg Marks today? I love Greg Marks.
He's in LA.
Yeah.
He stays in touch with me.
Oh.
We stay in touch with each other. And when I get a chance to see him, I do. And he comes to New York, I get a chance to see him. He performs now. He sings. He's got that voice.
Oh,
my
yeah.
God, that
Oh,
voice.
yeah. It's such a nice person. I really liked him a lot.
Oh, he's just a gem. He's just a lovely person.
And Scott
Scott
Bryce. Scott Bryce is another
Scotty
actor.
B.
Where is that?
Scotty
He's
B.
in LA, right?
No, he's in Connecticut, and he actually has been doing a lot of work. You'll see him on shows that shoot in New York, but he also is doing his own studio stuff in Connecticut.
Oh, that is awesome.
So, yeah, he's great. He's great. So smart. Married to Jody, who is phenomenal, and their child is like beyond brilliant.
And are you in touch with, or do you ever see anybody from One Life to Live?
Every now and then I'll call Woodsy and we'll catch up, and
yes,
he'll rant and rave and tell me where he's moving to, and then a year later I'll call him and say, and he goes, yeah, still here. So
yeah, they're in
Jim DePaiva.
Oh yes, are they in California or New York?
They're in New York. They were in upstate New York, and I still do It Girls on the Stoop with Crystal Chappelle. As a matter of fact, we have a new season coming out.
Now, how can people watch that? I don't understand.
On Vimeo.
On Vimeo. Okay,
on Vimeo.
I'm a Vimeo
and
girl.
Actually, I think our first season's on YouTube, and it's of all people would appreciate it. Our first season, first episode, I wet my pants on camera.
So you were on camera, not just behind the camera.
Oh yeah, on camera. The two of us were cooking, drinking, and laughing.
Oh.
And it's really fun. And we're called the It Girls on the Stoop, doing things stupid simple.
Oh, that's so great. And Crystal,
yeah,
does she still live on the Central Coast?
Yes, she does.
Yep.
Still lives there.
Yep.
And she still produces Venice. Venice is our
flagship. How many years have you been doing that show?
Oh gosh, I think we just finished season 6, 5.
Oh no, I think it's
and
more.
I think she's doing. Is it more 7?
Oh, I think it's getting to be like 9. I mean, it's been on a long time.
Yeah, and she's actually got one more season, but I'm not going to be involved with it. But she's got another season going, and it's quite good.
Oh, well, I'm trying to think. I'm looking to see if I got my feedback here so I can see what is going on. Hi, Anna Papa Georgiou. No, I have not gotten my feedback. So if you see it,
good. And
okay, we have a good question.
Any injuries that you actually incurred from your fight scenes?
Oh, did we incur any injuries from our fight scenes? Do you know?
Oh, I think we did, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. But if you remember, I was supposed to go on vacation. I just finished doing Pieces off Broadway, and I was leaving to go on vacation the next day. But I went to clean out my dressing room at the theater, and my back went out, and I ended up on the floor. And I'd never had that happen to me before. I'd never had back problems. And so I went to pick up a box of playbills, and it wasn't even that heavy. I was using my knees. I don't really know what happened, but I went down, and I could not move. I mean, they literally had to come and pick me up and put me in a car and take me home and take me up to my apartment. And I had to cancel the vacation. And I hadn't taken one in years and years, so I was really sad about that. But I laid in bed for 2 weeks, and I had to come back to work. And our first scene that we had was at the Red Dress, the Red Ball, or Go Red, or what? And
Oh, yes, the
and we
Heart
had
Ball.
the Heart Ball, and we had a
We had a
fight
fight.
scene, and it was on the floor, and it was
Over the
standing up.
scrap of paper.
Yes, yes, yes. And I was in so much pain because that was my first day back up on my feet. And so I remember being injured and and we had to kind of re-choreograph everything because whenever we had fights, they would bring in literally a fight choreographer like Danny Aiello Jr. and the third, and he would, come in and help us. It was so bad. But yes, you're always going to, get bumped and scraped when you fight as much as we did. I don't remember us getting, hurt very badly. I didn't get hurt on camera as much as I got hurt off camera,
Off camera.
like falling down the stairs to the dressing room, and me going like this,
God.
and the Brian going, "Do you want to fill out paper?" I'm like, "No. Fill out the paperwork," because I still to this day have back problems from that fall, So it was like, fill out the paper, and I fell down the stairs in at Elvis's Graceland too.
Oh, do you own Graceland? I didn't know you owned Graceland.
I didn't, but because I'm not
You
like.
didn't fill out the paperwork, did you?
No, but what happened was they have cameras everywhere in Graceland, and so they saw me tumble down the stairs, and it's a long ass ride to the bottom of the stairs.
When was this?
This was I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 years ago, and by the time I got up and dusted myself off, I was hearing birds like, it was like I was really like out of it, but they were flying around, put a little robe over my shoulders, and then they said, "Oh my God, are you all right?" And they had the paperwork, and they were right there, and I'm not a litigious person, like. I just don't get that when people just sue over anything. People have gotten to be afraid of each other in this world because that's so bad. It hurt, but I didn't. Today is Elvis's 87th birthday, by the way, Hillary.
He doesn't look a day over 86.
And you want to know something? You haven't lived until you've gone to Memphis on an Elvis anniversary, because they have Elvises from all over the world. They had one from Japan. I called him Jelvis. There was African American Elvis. I called him Blelvis. There were Elvises from every corner of the earth, color, type, sizes. It was fantastic. But I would be like, look, there's Jelvis. That was the one from China. But it was like everywhere. You
I was
haven't
out
lived.
at staying at the Universal Sheraton one time, and we all know where that is. And I was doing a pilot of some kind. And anyway, so I'm in the bar area, and the bar area, Telly Savalas's place was in the back. You remember Telly Savalas?
I remember it. Yes.
Yeah. But you could see everyone checking in, and I'm there with Lindsay, your neighbor lady,
yes,
and Joel. And with the three of us are sitting there having drinks at the bar, and we keep looking over. And every time we look over to the front desk, there is an Elvis, someone who looks just like Elvis, checking in. And we're like, oh my God, doesn't that guy look just like Elvis? And then cut to like a few minutes later, oh my God, look at him. He looks just like Elvis. And then there were like three of them standing there, and they were like all looked just like Elvis. And then one guy came in a whole white leather suit, and they were shooting Leaving Las Vegas. And so all the Elvises were checking
oh my
in
gosh,
to the Universal Sheraton, and we're sitting there going, are we missing something? Should we? There's nothing but Elvises checking into this hotel.
And where was this? What city were you in?
Los Angeles.
And but they were shooting, because I thought they shot a lot of that movie here, actually.
Yeah, but I think that when they were all jumping out of the planes,
yes,
they shot that in LA.
Yeah, yep. Don't we know the guy I think I know the guy that has all the flying Elvises. He's here, and yeah, so if you ever want to make a splash, you just have 30 Elvises jump out of a plane and land in your yard. It's there's nothing like it. So what are you in Florida?
Yeah.
Okay, so Do, you- yeah, I can see. Now, is that a real tree?
No,
No, because
it's inside.
I can't even keep a silk plant alive. So if I try to keep a tree alive, you can forget it. I mean, like there
I
is.
actually chose this spot so that you could see I was in Florida with the palm tree and that I
Yes.
still liked martinis.
You know, I thought about that when I was putting my makeup on. I was thinking how we loved our martinis back then.
Oh,
You know,
loved them.
and I actually we'd get off of work, and after a 15-hour day, you know, you haven't had much to eat. We'd go across the street and have a steak and a martini. You remember this?
Well, we did when that place existed, and also when we didn't have to work the next day, because
No,
usually we were
no,
hobbling back to your house
Yes.
to
No.
learn, endless pages of dialogue for the next day. But yes, when we could, we
Yeah,
went right there and,
and
had a
then
nice big steak and a martini with a diving board.
yeah, I
on the
used to say,
glass.
just bring me a diving board, and we would just have one because one would wipe me out. But here's the thing: one night I went there without you. I went with Wayne, our hairdresser. Okay, so
I saw Wayne. I saw
no
Wayne.
way.
Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Okay, because I
Yeah.
want to hear about that. So Wayne Bellotti, who is great, he and I went across the street to the steakhouse, same one, and they said, your table's not ready. I said, okay. So I said, we'll wait in the bar. So I went in the bar, and I hadn't had much to eat that day, and I drank a martini, and they didn't call me, so we got another one, because we in New York you don't drive, right? So you don't have to worry about that. So then I had another, like a half a martini, which is I never have more than one drink because I can't handle it. I don't drink much because it doesn't take much. And so what happened was they forgot about us. So we sat at the bar, and so when they called for our table, I got up to go to get a steak at the table, but I couldn't walk. I was that gone because I had a martini and a half on an
honey.
empty stomach. And so I said to Wayne, I have to go home. I have to go home now, and because I'm very drunk and I don't feel right. I need to be home right now because I don't drink. So when you drink a martini and a half, you're going to feel it. So I get in the cab downstairs. Don't remember the ride home. The cab driver, when we got there, I'm so fortunate because if today this happened, it would be all bad. I got home, and he got me out of the cab, and he gave me to the doorman at our building. The doorman took me upstairs. All this over a martini and a half. But it was I don't remember any of the ride home, and all that scared me because that's never happened to me before, ever, ever, ever. Like when people say I don't remember, I'm like, what do you mean you don't remember? It's real. So I didn't go back there for a long time because it really was like not a great experience, but Wayne thought it was hilarious, like he did. He thought it was just the funniest thing he ever saw. He didn't get his steak that night either, so I don't know what was so funny. But, but the thing is, where did you see him? Where'd you see Wayne Bellotti?
He came to visit me. He came down here. He's in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah,
So
he's in Wilton Manors.
I said, come visit. So he did. He came down and he visited. And the day, we just had this glorious day. And then I said, stay, we're going to go out in this boat and have drinks. And he said, okay. So we went out in the boat, and they decided it was going to be a full moon. And they said, we're going to stay and watch the moon. We couldn't leave the boat. We're in the middle of, the bay.
Yeah.
We're going to watch the moon rise. And I looked at him and I said, you're staying the night tonight. You're not driving home. He goes, oh no, Hillary, I really need to drive home. I went, no, you're not going home. And then he went, okay. So we just sat on the bow of this boat. We watched this full moon rise. We were having the best time. All the women on the boat loved him. One, I was like, oh, why don't you come down here and open a shop down here? And anyway, he stayed the night, and the next day we had some breakfast, and then he had to go back because he had appointments, and we vowed we're not going to let too much time go again. Let's get together. And of course, then COVID hits, and we haven't seen each other since.
Well, I may just show up on your doorstep one of these days and surprise you because it has been way too long. That's right. People were asking me what type of martinis. They were vodka martinis, dirty with olives, and they were big. That's all I can say is yes. And someone said that could have been really dangerous. Yes, it could have been, and today it would be a disaster. But you know what? You'll never know the bad you missed. I always say that because there's so many times in life where, we have no idea what harm we just avoided that could have befallen us, but we had a guardian angel or the Lord was looking after us. You'll never know the bad you missed. I always say that. You just don't, because people sometimes say, oh, wrong place, wrong time. It's a second for things to change around us. Isn't that true,
Good
Hillary?
you
It's
got.
just,
Yeah.
it's a
That's so
second.
true. But just
And
love the
so
good you got.
love the good you got. So I don't do anything stupid like that anymore. I didn't even mean to do it stupid that night. It was just, they kept us waiting, and it tasted like water because it was good. It was a good vodka, and it was freezing cold, and I didn't realize. But anyway, we did have a lot of
Oh,
fun.
it had the little ice chips around the top of it. Some olives.
Oh, yeah. Peggy Delgadillo says, I love an extra dry, dirty martini with the extra olives. Laura McLean, I miss Catherine Hickland, both on my favorite soaps. I watched more than one. Aw. Maxine Moody is in Fort Lauderdale. She said that today was the Las Olas Art Fair. I used to go to that all the time when I was growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we have a lot of people in the room, and Jennifer Levy. Do you remember Jen Levy?
I saw Jen Levy not too long ago.
Yeah, she's here
Stay
tonight.
in touch with Jen.
Yep.
Yeah, I just had lunch or breakfast with her.
Yes, you. Oh gosh, she's a great friend of the show. Amy Perkins is here. Joshua Dixon is here. Julianne Golden, hello. Seth Robichaud, that's me after 2 glasses of wine, yet I can handle martinis. Wine just makes me kind of curl up in a ball and go to bed. There's nothing exciting about, that.
Yeah. Martinis make you feel like you're invincible and then you're invisible.
That is true. So,
Yeah.
all right, so if I come down to Florida, do you have a place for me to sleep at your house?
Yes, I do.
Sweet, sweet.
So
I'd
come
love
on.
to. I do.
Come on down.
Do you know? You want to know something? We used to do a show together, and we did it at the Comedy Club with Linda Rowe. It was in Long Island somewhere. And remember, we were trying out our material about getting older. And think about how much older we actually are now.
No.
Because we would talk about, things like when you get older, you're not. You can
Gravity
get it.
finds you a little faster.
Yes, and you don't you don't want to initiate. How do we say? Being on top, because everything would be just like, everything falls. Your face, your chest, everything. And I think about, we were young when we were making these jokes, right? And about how you just pray that your husband doesn't ask you to get something out of the refrigerator, and you're laying there naked under a sheet, and you're like, oh no, I don't
Or
want.
you're the one that has to get up and turn out the lights.
Oh, that it's the worst. You know what I mean? So, that was our show back then. But we did have a lot of fun, and I do need to do a show in Florida. So I definitely am going to come down there, and then we are going to find each other and have one heck of a good time. I can tell you that much. But I wish you would come visit me here.
I have to tell you, I have not gone really anywhere except for I did go because we had sort of a lull in COVID where we actually thought that maybe we could all travel and have a good time, and everything was A-okay this fall.
Yeah.
And so I went out to LA and shot up in the mountains, up in the hills, I should say. I shot It Girls on the Stoop, season 3, part 2. And then my daughter is out in Manhattan Beach. So I went down to Manhattan Beach, where I've never been. Man, that's a fabulous place.
Yeah, and it's just
Have
far.
you been there?
Yeah, I have, and it's good because the madness of Los Angeles hasn't quite reached Manhattan Beach yet.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I really love Manhattan Beach. And then we got in the car. Nip came out, and we got in the car, and we drove up. My niece has a place up in Lake Arrowhead, and we had Thanksgiving up in Lake Arrowhead with my sister and her child and my niece and her 2 kids and husband and Courtney and Nip. I mean, it was just beautiful. And I'd never been up there. I've never been to Lake Arrowhead.
Oh, it's
So,
pretty.
wow, that was quite a drive up there. Holy shoot, that's not for the faint of heart.
No, no, that's true.
All the switchbacks and stuff like that. So, but it was fun. And then, other than that, I really just kind of been sticking to the Eastern Seaboard, just driving in the car because, getting on a plane is always, well, here we go, another crapshoot.
Larry Baker is here.
He is?
Yes, he's in the room right now. If you want to say hi and give him your love, man, the three of us, look at him. You're almost in tears over that news.
I am.
Yeah, because
I
Larry.
just got something recently from Larry, a message, just waving or something, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah,
How did he end up in your room? Why is he there?
Because he comes to the show sometimes here. So what I say he's in the room, we have a lot of people in the room, and they're all talking at the same time. But of course, it's in text,
Oh,
so I can read
the
it.
virtual room.
The
I
virtual
thought you meant,
room,
like,
yeah.
specifically in the room where you're sitting.
No, but
in the virtual room.
Larry can come and sit in the real room anytime he wants, and he knows that. We have a question. Let's see. What was the question that you had asked, Liz?
You want to put your phone up on the projector screen? We can switch to it.
My phone?
Can you see if you can get video? You know how you can do video with people if they want?
Oh, yeah, no, when we're doing both, I don't get those. But we're almost done.
Swipe your phone and go on to the screen share. Swipe the phone, upper right corner down.
Upper right corner down. Okay, screen share. Mirroring, you mean?
Yeah.
Mirror, I'm touching screen mirroring. Entertainment room. Are we in the entertainment room?
What's the code, Don?
We're 4601.
Okay, got it. All right.
Go up on the projector and then we can see your screen and switch to it.
Okay, so I'm not sure what we're doing, but I take direction from Todd Fisher, and he's just given me some direction. And I call him Sir if we're working together, just like we did on the set. He's a wonderful director, by the way. All right, can you hear me?
I'm just saying that
Yeah.
actually you and I could be married. No one's ever seen Todd and I in the same room. You never know. We may be the same person.
Unite. Okay, I'm touching it again.
Now look up at the projector.
Look where?
Look up at the projector. So you got that?
Oh,
And I can bring that up for everybody to see at home as well.
Oh, they're bubbles.
oh yes. There was a Todd sighting, Beth Hughes says. Look at Nikki Luongo when Mom and Dad are trying to figure out how the TV works. That is so fun. But Nikki Luongo, if you're not a comic, you should be, because you've been making me laugh my A off for 2 years now on this show. Beth Hughes wants to know, will you be back on General Hospital? And wouldn't you just love to go up against Michael Knight as Martin?
Oh, well, I love me some Michael Knight.
Yes, absolutely.
And I've never gotten to work with him, so I would have loved to work with him, but I don't foresee. I'm really very happy doing my little thing and being home and being with my family. I really am.
Oh, I know.
I'm very content.
I know what you mean. I
Playing
do.
golf and, seeing my friend Kat this way. I'd rather see her in person, but, I'll take what I can get.
I will come down and see you for sure. I mean, that's near my hometown, and it's time I go down there definitely. So I would love to see you. But you've never, so you never worked with Michael on General Hospital?
No, we didn't overlap.
Who did you
He
work
hadn't
with?
I worked with John Patrick Stewart.
Oh, James Patrick Stewart. Yeah,
James Patrick.
Yes,
yeah, who I love.
Oh, he's a great guy.
I played his lawyer. I was.
Oh,
I worked with Nancy Cron, and I worked with Natasha Hendrickson, and I worked with. Wait a minute. Don't ask me names. I'm too old. It's too late. It's bedtime. I'm not coming up with
Your husband,
names.
I can hear him snoring all the way from here. Right?
He's got the hockey going, and he's probably,
What?
We had a great question for you ladies. Is it more fun to be a goody two-shoes or a bad girl?
Is it more fun to be a goody two-shoes or a bad girl?
girls are always more fun. You had a ball being bad girl.
I did. But
Good girls you have to pay attention when you're a good girl. You always have to make sure that because my natural instinct is not to be a good girl.
and mine,
So I always
that's
had
so funny.
I had to kind of check my good girl, check my bad girl instincts outside when I would take on, and kind of make sure that I wasn't a goody two shoes, that my integrity. I was a good girl because I was careful about my integrity and intelligence, and I tried really hard to make sure that that's what defined Nora, not just always doing the right thing, because she didn't. She didn't always do the right thing.
Well, what's funny is that I spent way too much time worrying about what people would think. Do you remember that? I would be like, oh my God, I'm going to
Yes.
shoot you up with a memory erasing drug. People are going to hate me. I was always, when you play a bad girl or a character that's, does things to make people crazy, you're always thinking ahead. You're always thinking ahead like, how can I save myself here so that I don't get written into a corner and written off? That's the thing that you really get paranoid about when you play a bad character, is that you're going to get yours. And I remember people were screaming for me to get mine with you. Screaming for me to get mine. Screaming for me to get mine. And then they put me in prison. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and they were pissed off because there was no more Lindsay for a while.
Well, no. They continued my storyline in prison because people were pissed I got sent to prison, and then they went in and my prison life was my new storyline. And I was
the
just
opera.
Yeah, but you're always thinking about that. Like, gosh, how am I going to redeem myself from this thing? And so you're, as a bad girl, you're always trying to inject humor into it so that people will like you. They will love to hate you instead of just hating you. It's a dance, and then you're always trying to stay 2 steps ahead of the people writing and producing so that you are still popular with the people and not. And so it would be a little tough getting written off. And when you're a good girl, it gets boring, to play a good girl.
Well, you just have to make sure that, as I said, you're just not a good girl. I mean, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be a good girl. I'm going to be a smart girl. I'm going to have integrity, and I'm going to have humor, and I'm just going to be a person that people like.
Yes.
And that puts you in good girl. And if you're a bad girl, then you have to be a person that people love to hate.
Yeah.
But at least understand where you're coming from. I played a stupid person on Bold and the Beautiful, and I remember sitting there.
I can't even imagine it. Can't imagine it.
I literally had a line where I said, "Don't worry, everything you say in this room is highly confidential." And then they cut to a microphone that was planted underneath the table. And that's when I looked and I went, and I'm done. And I was.
And I'm done.
End scene.
Someone's asking what our favorite movies are. Mine is probably, I like Field of Dreams and I like Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, those are 2 of
phenomenal.
my favorites.
But I love Elf.
Oh gosh, guess what? I finally saw Elf when Todd and I had COVID because there's nothing to do. So you sleep and then you watch TV, and we ran out of things to watch. So we went on a Will Ferrell bender because at least it would make us smile, because there's not much to be happy about when you're sick like that. Yes.
Isn't it the most joyous, happy, fabulous? Yeah.
Well, anytime a movie is about redemption of a human being, of, their, just them understanding something for the first time in front of the audience, like Kevin Costner understood his father for the first time, and Shawshank Redemption was the main story, was, about these 2 people who found each other, and I love the end, of that, because they find each other again. And then the story at anything where a person is illuminated is always just a really great movie. So we picked, what's your favorite? Hillary? What's your favorite movie?
Oh, I loved Elf. Elf is one of my favorites. Shawshank Redemption, big in my books. Um, Usually I find movies that I have to say, I watch Sicario. It's a little violent for me, but I really liked it because, again, it was a journey. I love watching people go through a journey,
Yeah.
and commit to the journey. And so from that standpoint, I love that. I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of books. I think because of my years on a soap opera, I just can't read anymore. I can't sit down and read. I don't have the patience to just read. So I put in my earbuds and I listen to books.
Yeah.
And I and really enjoy it because I've learned to appreciate all these different performance artists who read books. They're really phenomenal. And one of the books that I just finished reading was Sully by John Grisham, and the guy who narrates it is brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Just beautiful.
Well, Drew Jameson Neal, who is my English friend, he would come over from London and we did a lot of concert work together. Do you remember Drew?
Okay, I remember Drew.
He says, "Hi, Hillary." Let me see if I can get his voice. I'm not boned up for this. Loved my visits to One Life to Live set and Kat getting to hang out with you all. Sending much love. XXX. That's from Drew, who sadly lost his dog Safi today. And so, they've had her for a really long time. And it's funny, like when you're on Facebook, now we've been on Facebook, I've been there since 2008, but you kind of grow up with all these strangers that become friends, you know what I mean? So it's kind of cool because in a way you live through each other's life's experiences. When we hit a certain age, I remember noticing that a lot of people started losing their parents. And, just like me, and so, you're bound together by life and life's experiences. And so now I'm starting to see a lot of people losing their pets. And that's almost worse than anything because, well, you know how I feel about pets. And so when I saw Drew had lost his dog, went home to be with the Lord, and I was just really sad about that. But, I'm going to say to you, Drew, the same thing that maybe a lot of other people need to hear right now that are going through the same thing when you lose your pet. It's so traumatic because they really are the only thing that love unconditionally. It's just not possible, really, I don't think, for a human to love another human unconditionally. I mean, maybe once in a while you might have an exceptional person that will do that, but our pets love us like that from the day we get them. And so we make a promise to our pets that we're going to take care of them, we're going to feed them, we're going to give them a place to live that's going to be safe, and that we're going to give them all the love in the world. And so I know you did all those things, Drew, and anybody else out there that's lost a pet recently, because I've seen that a lot on Facebook. You kept the promise, and the promise was to do all that. Love them, to take care of them, give them a safe place to be, and to live, and you did every day of her life, every day of his life, whoever is out there listening to this. So I hope that you will be able to focus on keeping the promise, which is a beautiful thing, more on the grief of the loss, because you did something extraordinary by giving an animal a home and calling them your pet and giving them love and feeding them. And, pets are kids that never actually end up growing up to feed themselves. You know what I mean? Like your kids grow up and they learn how to feed themselves and all that, but pets depend on us for everything. So keeping the promise is more important than anything. So Drew, I hope that helps you somewhat, because I know how sad that you are, and I love you very much. So I'm glad you came to the show tonight. All right.
Ron Hibbs said that the two of you need to do a remake of Cagney and Lacey.
Oh, Ron Hibbs, he's one of our regular family members here, says that we need to do a remake of Cagney and Lacey. I think that's a great idea. But can I be Pepper from from Policewoman? I want to be Pepper. I think
you should be.
So you can be Cagney or Lacey, and I'll be Pepper, and we'll marry the two shows, and that is how we'll do it. Actually,
Okay.
I think we'd have a lot of fun. I do.
Sure.
You know, we'd have a lot of fun. All right. Now let's see here. Uh, Nikki Luongo, whatever happened to Baby Jane? You know, Nikki, when I was little, that was one of my favorite movies.
Oh, that was too scary for me. I was not a horror movie girl.
Oh, I was a horror movie girl all the way. So,
Unless Joan Crawford was in it, and then it was like,
oh yeah.
fabulous.
Well, you know, we are Joan and Bet. You know that, right?
Yes, I choose to be Betty.
That's true. Okay, so we're going to do something real fast, and then I'm going to let you go because I know that you really are past your bedtime. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to give away stuff. I would do this at the end of every show, and it's really fun. And we're giving away stuff tonight. The prizes are I had to get ready for this show in a hurry, so the prizes are all pretty much tonight gift certificates to catcosmetics.com. Am I right about that, Liz?
We're going to do 7, and then we're going to do it.
Okay, so we're doing 7 of those and a cameo.
Correct.
All right. Now, we're going to do it with Hillary trivia or maybe One Life to Live trivia. Do we have that paper?
I left it with you. Do you want me to do it?
I have it right here. Okay, but you
Okay.
are going to have to watch you and Ryan will be the watchers to see who gets the answer first. I know that sometimes people don't like. Oh, okay, so let me turn around this way and look. Okay, here we go. So I'll be able to see it. Ryan will be able to see it, but we're on a delay. So let's see what. I usually count on you two because it's too much for me to do all at once. So here we go. For question number 1. Oh, Ryan comes up. He's the greatest producer, by the way, Hillary. Ryan is a great producer. We've been doing this show for almost 2 years. Can you imagine? All right. Number 1, what was the name of Nora's daughter on One Life to Live? You can't play, Hillary. You already know this. So we're going to be doing this. What was the name?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Jennifer Levy. Okay, well, let's see if Ryan has.
I agree.
Okay, Jennifer Levy it is. She came up first, and Barbara Hammond came into a close second. So there you go. All that is for you, Jennifer. Do you hear the applause? Jennifer, you have won a $25 gift certificate to catcosmetics.com. Go ahead to claim your prize right at info@catcosmetics.com. That's for everybody tonight. I'm just going to say it once. If you win tonight, write me at info@catcosmetics.com and say, I won, here's my email address. And that is
Can
how
I
we
say
send
her
it to
name
you.
now?
Yes, you can say her name now.
Rachel.
Yes. And Barbara Hammond got it second, and then a lot of other people got it too. But, it's who gets it first. That's, as Debbie used to say. Who's the winner? And we call them wieners on this show, just so you know. If I say, you are a wiener. Jen Levy, you're a wiener. That's a compliment. Okay, here we go. Number 2. What character stalked Nora at a beach house when she was suffering from blindness? What character stalked Nora at a beach house when she was suffering from blindness? Okay, let's see. Ryan makes the questions sometimes hard, but I think that's good.
Oh, that's a good one. It's a good question. Not
Thanks.
hard.
Thank you, Deshaun Yancey said it was good to see us both, and that makes me happy because it was good for us to see each other too. To share it with you all is wonderful. Okay, do we have, okay.
I see the winner.
Okay, wait, got to cross-check and verify, as they say in the airplanes. Cross-check and verify with Liz. Okay, let me see, and I've got,
I don't have the answer.
okay, I might have it.
I think I know who it is, but
Okay, hold on. My first one is Terry.
Yes.
Terry Dixon. All right, you are the wiener, Terry Dixon. And there's your applause right there. Terry Dixon. Which, by the way, Terry was a big One Life to Live fan. So I'm really happy that you won, Terry. That's great. All right.
And the answer is Todd.
The answer is Todd. Todd. Huh? Oh, okay. What was the name? Number 3, what was the name of the, and what did you win? You won a $25 gift certificate to catcosmetics.com. So, Terry Dixon, I have your,
Let her
This is all about her. We're almost done. Okay, number 3. What was the name of
Not
the
much more to know.
What was the name of the character Nora was dating who killed Lindsay's daughter Jennifer? Oh, that was such a storyline. What a great storyline that was. What was the name of the character Nora was dating?
Married to.
You were married to him?
Married to.
Ew.
Mm.
So what was the name of the character Nora was dating who killed Lindsay's daughter Jennifer? Okay, let's see who got this. All right. No. Let's see here. Yes, okay. I got Amy Perkins as the winner of this. Ryan?
Sure.
Okay, so you have Amy Perkins. There you go. Amy Perkins, congratulations. You have won a $25 gift certificate. Amy's husband's name is Todd, as is mine, as was, Todd Manning. So Todd is a big theme there. Amy Perkins, I have your email address, so that you don't need to claim that. I know you're here, and I'll send that to you. Congratulations, you're a wiener. Here we go. All donated by
Well, wait a second.
catcosmetics.com.
What was his first name? It was Coulson, but
Daniel,
I can't remember his first name.
Daniel Coulson.
Daniel, that's right.
My-
He's the only name that didn't go into Nora's full name because it was annulled.
Ah,
So Coulson didn't go into the Nora Hannon Buchanan Buchanan.
that's right. Bobannon. Okay, here we go. Number 4. In 2017, Nora traveled to Port Charles on General Hospital to represent what character over a custody battle? So if you were paying attention and you watched General Hospital, you will know this for sure. What an interesting name. Someone's saying hi to Jerry. Is Jerry here? Hey, Jerry, how are ya? We have Jerry McCambridge in the room tonight. He's backstage getting ready to go on to do his show down the street on the Strip. Do you remember Jerry? Hillary, the mentalist?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, he's in the room tonight because he lives in Vegas and he plays at Planet Hollywood, so he's getting ready to go on stage.
Oh, wonderful. Good for him.
He's been there forever.
That was a fun night.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so do we have an answer? Yes, we do. Which one came first? Hold on. Let's see. I saw it. I saw Francine Lopner. And yes. Who do you have, Ryan?
I saw someone else, but Francine didn't come through mine at all. So yours will be the one that you go with.
Okay, so Francine Lopner, you have won a $25 gift certificate. Make sure you're writing this down for me. And then Francine, I have your email address, so I will send that to you. Perfect, congratulations. All right, moving on. Bo wasn't the only Buchanan Nora married. Who was the other? I don't recall this.
Wait, what?
Was I there? God, I was busy. Dang.
Yeah, we almost had a family dinner together, remember?
Yes, I do remember now, but it's so funny because I wouldn't have known the answer to the question. All right, who was, Bo was not the only Buchanan that was married to Nora. Who was the other?
I see my answer.
Okay, hold on. And for me, the first...
no.
That's right. Asa, no. Kathy Gans?
No.
Kathy Gans?
Yes, Kathy Gans.
Okay, Kathy Gans, you are the wiener. I have
With
your...
Clint.
Clint is the answer. Clint Buchanan, who I was married to as well. We shared a couple of husbands. You know we're talking about a soap
We shared
opera.
a lot of men. You just couldn't keep your hands off of my men.
You were always ruining everything for me, Nora. All right. Okay, here we go. What was the name of Landview's newspaper owned by Vicki Buchanan? The name of the newspaper, Landview's newspaper owned by Vicki Buchanan. Let's see. And
I know. I got it.
Do you remember it?
Yep.
Amy Perkins says, Bo came to see you in jail the day of the wedding to get to talk him out of stopping the wedding. Oh, did I? You see, when you're on all the time, it's just like you don't remember every storyline.
It's a blur.
It's a blur, and you don't have time to watch it. So it's like, okay, so we don't have an answer on that one yet. Okay.
Yep, got it.
Is it Nicole? Nicole Rose? I don't have it yet.
Yes.
Okay, Nicole Rose, you got Nicole Rose. Nicole Rose, you are the winner. You have won a $25 gift certificate to catcosmetics.com. Go ahead and please write me at info@catcosmetics.com and claim your prize, and I will email that to you. Here we go.
And the answer is the banner.
It's the banner. See, I wouldn't have remembered that. That's really good. Okay, number 7. We're almost at the end. Where was Bo and Nora's first date? Oh.
Official date?
Oh, okay.
According to Wikipedia.
According to Wikipedia. Okay. That's right. So I was going to say whisper it to me, but then that doesn't make any sense. Everybody would hear you. So.
You want me to tell you quietly?
Yeah, but if you say it quietly, everybody hears it. So, okay. All right, because Ryan's notes here says, I think this is hard, and if they aren't getting it, give the hint that it was owned by Max Holden at the time. So do you know where this is? Okay, so nobody got this.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it. I
who?
see it. I
Okay.
see it. I see it.
Who is it?
Nicole Rose. Nicole Rose, but if she won, then it would go to Julie Gold.
Julianne Golden. Julianne Golden, you are the winner. So go ahead and write me at info@catcosmetics.com and claim your prize. And we're going on to the next one, which is the last
Wait, are
one.
you saying it was roadies?
No, Serenity Springs.
Serenity Springs Spa. Don't you?
Actually, our first date was at Putt Putt Golf.
Well, nobody got that either, just so you know. Wait, Jennifer Levy says, "Can I answer?" LOL.
She's the expert. She probably could verify that.
Yeah.
You know what? That is true. Well, anyway, we're moving on to the last one. This is to win a cameo. Yeah. Huh? Oh, can you? I almost called you Nora. Can Hillary see this? Can you see look? That's my turkey.
Oh my God.
That's Charlie, my big fat white turkey who has a lifetime pardon, and he's in bed, and I have cameras inside where my chickens and my. There you can see him. He's preening. Charlie's huge.
Yeah, he's all puffed up.
Yeah, because it's chilly out there tonight. So they have houses with little heaters, but they still get cold. So there's Charlie. Hi, boy. When I'm with him, I go, Charlie, and he goes, blah, 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 blah. And I mean, you would love him. He's so cute. 54 degrees, not too bad. All right, the last question of tonight. Towards the end of One Life to Live's run on ABC, Nora begins hosting a radio call-in program. What does she call herself? Towards the end of One Life to Live's run on ABC, Nora begins hosting a radio call-in program. What does she call herself? This is for a cameo from me, so if you know the answer, go ahead and write it down. What did someone just, let's see. Tim Walters, Mrs. One Life to Live. Oh, it was a great show. For me, it was, I still to this day think.
It should never have been canceled.
No, and it was the best acting, and everybody on it was so talented, and the writers were great. It was, the producers were great.
There it is.
Did you see it?
Yep.
Oh, yes. Are you seeing it with Karina?
No.
Who are you seeing?
Deshaun.
Deshaun? And that's who you have as well? Yes. Okay, so you two got that, and so it's Deshaun Yancey. You have won, and this is the first time you've ever won. So please make sure that you write me at info@catcosmetics.com and make sure I have your email address, and I will do that for you. Also, if you'd like me to make that cameo to you, or would you like me to make it to somebody else, that is entirely up to you. Let me know. And now we have come to
And
a
that
close.
was the Nightbird, right?
And it was
Nightbird.
the
Oh, so that
Nightbird.
was like Nightbird, right?
It was, see what I mean? You can't remember every little storyline you do because you're moving on to the next. It really messed with my short-term memory, let me tell you. My long-term memory. Doing soaps for all those years, my long-term memory, all I had was short-term. Because it's in
That's
and
truly
out.
it.
And we'd
Easy
be
in, easy out.
easy out. And we'd be on the set. And if the stage manager would say, he'd have his little earpiece and we'd finish the scene and he'd go, moving on. And that meant you're going on to the next scene or the next set.
Delete.
And so
delete.
for me, when I heard moving on, my delete button, my imaginary delete button would get pushed, and that was out getting ready for the next day's, all the dialogue for the next day from the new script. One time, he said, wait. No, we have to shoot it again, and I'd already done the delete. And that is no joke, Hillary. I'd done the delete, and I said, I don't think I can do it again. because it was out.
Madly looking for your script. You can't even remember which couch you shoved your
mind,
script into.
That's right. The mind is an amazing thing, but I think I did do it again, but it was scary because once I delete, it's gone, you know? Much like I can be with certain people. It's like, just delete. You hit the smoke button. It's all good. All right. First of all, I want to thank you for coming on tonight because I just am.
Thank you for having me.
You
It's
make-
so good to see you again, Puss Puss.
Puss, it's good to see you too. We Billy Ray, looking good.
Lewis, looking good, Lewis.
Feeling good, Billy Ray. That's what we used to say to each other all the time. And I couldn't love you any more than I do. And I just, I received that kiss, and I just think everybody really enjoyed, seeing you tonight. And so we need to do something together. I think that would be a lot of fun. And Vicki Giddens
We'll come to Florida.
Vicki Giddens said, Todd, we missed you. And
I know. I'm sad that Todd wasn't there.
well, Todd actually, it's amazing that he was able to. John couldn't come to run cameras tonight, and so we can't do the show. If Todd is up here, he can run the cameras from his computer. Oh my gosh! Here, let me give.
No, I don't need a mic.
Look,
There he
there he is.
Now, but you have to go to my.
Can you go to his cam?
Well, yeah, she's got it.
But his cam is that one right there. But I don't know the number on the board. You have it?
You did. It was
Hi,
fun.
Todd. Thank you for taking such good care of my Puss Puss.
You guys are so good together. You guys should maybe do a TV show or something.
Well, I'll tell you what. We were lucky because we were on.
Right. I just have to say it in your
Oh,
mic.
yeah.
No, I'll just lean forward.
Okay, hold on. Let me come over here.
We've talked about several times, bringing back your guys' show. And, I know they did it for a second, but I mean, we should snap up those rights. And,
Oh no,
and redo it.
ABC has them, and they're not letting them go because they're doing the.
Well, we should do a parody. Do a parody on it, then you don't need that.
Well, we used to say, Hillary and I used to say, and you know what I'm going to say, right, girl? We used to say is, what goes on behind the scenes is far more interesting than what's going on camera.
Turn the cameras around.
Turn the cameras around. That's what we used to say all the time.
Carrie did. What was that?
The show Carrie did?
The soap opera movie.
Oh, she did Soap Dish. Yeah, Soap Dish.
Yeah.
That is so interesting because Soap Dish was not that far off from the way really things are on a soap opera when people are together and there's 25 people under contract and you're all under one little roof, and it gets really gnarly sometimes. People get. They go through their cycle or whatever, and you're like, chill out, and backbiting and all that. But that's what families do, sometimes. So it was very much like a big dysfunctional family. No, sit down because we're going to go now, and I want you to be able to say goodbye. But take this microphone because
I'd have to go back back and turn all that.
Oh, okay. So, but
I'm the
people,
only crew in the studio.
yeah. So he,
Don's pushing buttons.
Don is pushing buttons. Liz, who you know, Liz Cochran. Hillary, you know Liz Cochran. If you saw her, you would know her. She moved to Vegas, and she is she's doing a producing job tonight. And so, we're all in here making it happen, even though we have no crew. But Todd had and probably still does have a really bad headache tonight. So for him to get up and help us
I'm
was a
sorry.
very big deal.
It's okay. The show must go on.
That's right. We be in show business. Show business. The show must go
It's
on.
show business.
It's show business. That's right. So, girl, I hope I see you soon. Thank you for coming on tonight, and everybody just had a great time, and nobody had more fun than me. That's for sure.
Well, if we don't see each other in Florida, maybe we'll find each other in some RV wilderness.
Okay. Well, just so you know, I'm a big RV person. I love going on the road. What you should do is
It would be a land yacht for us.
It's a land yacht, and what you should do is rent one from what's the place where you can rent RVs online? It's like Airbnb. No, not Camping.
Cruise America?
Not no. Don't rent one of those. You rent somebody's RV because they're not using it, and no, oh God, I know the name of it like I know my own name, but yeah. Anyway,
Send it to me.
I will
Text
send
it
it
to
to
me.
and what I want you to do is I want you guys to rent a few different sizes that you're thinking about, and it'll be more homey. Like Cruise America, you just get no, don't do that. You want to rent one that like Nip say, oh, I'd like to drive that, or I want 2 bedrooms, or I want 2 bathrooms, or I just want to see how this handles, and then you'll know whether you want to buy one. But I love it. I absolutely love. We haven't been out on the road in one in years. We have, but we used to go on my tours in it. I'll send you a picture of it.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was.
So much fun.
Is
Land yachts. Nothing like a land yacht.
Land yacht. That's right.
As we get too old to be on the water.
Outdoorsy.
I can't
That's
imagine that happening.
That's what it's called. Outdoorsy.
Okay.
OUTDOORSEY. Outdoorsy.com, and you can see all of these different RVs that people rent out because they're not using them.
Well, now all of America is going to be calling them, and there won't be any left for me.
It's very popular. It's very popular. So, do it. All right. I love you very much. And
I love you too.
Okay.
Ryan, bye.
Bye, Hill. I'm going to stay on for just a minute to say goodnight to everybody, but I'm going to say goodnight to you. Ryan, can you highlight yourself? Because we haven't gotten to see you tonight.
Oh, it's not about me.
I would like to see
There
you.
I am. Hi.
Look at
Hi,
how
Ryan.
you
Bye,
are.
Hi. Bye. Thanks, Hillary.
Thank you for
I
running
love you
this,
guys.
Ryan.
Thank you for having me.
was
Okay,
awesome
good
seeing
night,
you.
sweetie. Get some sleep. Tell Nip to let you sleep in
will.
because I kept you up late. All right. Bye-bye, sweetie. All right, so Ryan and I are here, and I think, what we'll do is we can just, we had a different scene that we didn't play of hers tonight. So do you want to play that as we go out?
Trading places?
Oh, yes. I didn't know that was
Yeah.
it. Trading Places.
Yeah, Trading
this,
Places.
Actually, I have to tell you, I think that this was one of my favorite shows ever. And when we got the script, Hillary and I were both like, this is just awful. How are we going to make this work? Well, that goes to show you that actors don't always know. In fact, couldn't have been more wrong. I think it was one of the most popular episodes, and it was so much fun to do, and so I must say I was absolutely wrong. We'll play this scene or these scenes while everybody says goodnight to each other. Ryan, it's good to see you. I love you.
Good to see you. Love you too. It was a good show.
All right, March 11th, I'll be seeing you soon.
Yes, you will.
Yes, indeed. All right, everybody, good night. Thank you so much for coming. We had a great time. We're going to play a scene or two from Trading Places on One Life to Live. Have a great night, everybody, and say goodnight to each other. And I'll see you soon, really soon.
Come to think of it, Ray, I really could use your help. I have got to get my memory back. And when I do, I'm going to make Lindsay pay for everything she's ever done to me and for killing Colin. I'm going to see to it that she spends the rest of her miserable life in prison.
I do hear you, yes, but are you sure it's Lindsay you want to put away? Oh, she's sure, all right. Saint Nora wouldn't have it any other way. Ray, don't listen to a word she says. All she ever does is lie about me. I try to be a good person. I really do. I try. Don't turn your back on me the way everyone else has. I sacrificed for my family. I love my kids.
Oh, you're looking out for number one. That's what you mean, isn't it?
Shut up, Nora.
Excuse me.
You can't see that you're not Lindsay? I'm not Rappaport?
The only thing you're gonna be is a number on a cell block by the time I get done with you on the stand tomorrow.
When pigs fly, Nora. She's not Nora.
I've got a news flash for you, Lindsay.
She's not Lindsay.
Your lying days are over.
You never stopped torturing me. You took Sam away from me.
No, you drove him out long before I
ruined
came along.
everything between Bo and me.
No, you did that all yourself.
And you just keep trying to destroy my family, and
Oh,
I've got nothing.
Please, save your crocodile tears, because trust me, you're going to need them.
I don't have to stand here and take this from you. I'm leaving.
You're not going anywhere,
Get your
Lindsay.
hands off of me, Nora.
You don't call the shots
Let
around
go
here
of me.
anymore.
Let go of me.
No.
I hate you.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.